Hello, hello Aquarius. Welcome to your mid-2020 overview reading and your August 2020 overview reading. So this is good for you if you're a Sun, Moon, or Rising Aquarius. As always, take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if anything resonates. If you would like more content from me, head over to Instagram at Onyx Healing. If you would like to work with me, check out what I have to offer. Go down into the description box where you will be able to find all your heart's desires. So I'm going to lay this spread out and then we will get started. Okay, let me explain this reading to you. So this is a timeline for the second half of 2020, so you can think about July being over here and December being over here. So I'm going to fill in the timeline as we go, but let's start with your oracle cards. So first thing we have is Ascension, so achieving greater goals or aspirations. It's like you're setting the bar higher for yourself. And this is an active decision that you're making. So the Ascension is, I'm choosing to receive better, I'm choosing to do better, I'm choosing to aim higher. So there's a lot of growth and expansion that's happening in the second half of 2020 for you. There's a new level that you're kind of breaking into. So you haven't decided what exactly this is yet. That's one piece that I really want to make clear is I don't think you've actually decided or sculpted this out yet. I think that something is going to happen during the second half that either gives you the blueprint or gives you the clarity of what Ascension is for you. This isn't something that you've already gotten clear on. That's what I'm getting. And then we have the Stone, so I'm getting a lot of stability. This is earth energy, a lot of just the consistency, groundedness. This is anchoring you into your body and into what is right for you more than anything else. So I like seeing this. It's going to temper the Ascension, right? Because you have, okay, I'm going to blast off, and in the same breath, I'm anchoring down into my body. I'm feeling what's true for me, what feels good to me, and honoring that as well. So when in doubt, I'm getting that this is what you want to fall back into. Like what is the gift in stability? What is the gift in consistency and being in a rhythm, and letting that be what holds you and supports you as you grow. And then we have Revisit. Take an old idea out from your notebook and give it life. See if you have the skill to execute an idea once beyond your ability. Continue an unfinished project. All right, whatever the case may be, this is about going back and picking up something that you maybe abandoned at some point in the past. So figure out, go through, sift through your mind, what is that project, what is that thing or hobby or experience, because I want to be clear that revisiting has nothing to do with people. It has everything to do with a personal project or endeavor that you have. I want to be really clear about that. Okay, let's start with the first quarter. So this will be running until mid-August. We have the Lovers. This is Union. Let's see what else is going on. On one hand, this is choices, decisions, alignment, and it also can have something to do with relationships as well, depending on what you're working on, what you're desiring. And we have the Knight of Wands. The word completion is coming up. There's something that is being complete, and even think about the Lovers as wholeness. So union, we can expand that definition into, it goes beyond relationships. It also has to do with wholeness of self. And I'm getting that that's what's shining through. Even the decisions that you're making are leading to wholeness. It's leading to integration. The Knight of Wands is about giving that energy. So what is it in union, wholeness, integration? What is it that you're needing to pursue in those areas? And where are you accessing wholeness from? And that can kind of be the guidance for you through mid-August, is just pursuing things that create unity and wholeness within yourself. And that is going to be what automatically trickles into relationships, projects, endeavors, opportunities, so on and so forth. If you lead with wholeness, you're not going to go wrong. Second quarter, we have the Hanged Man. This is all about consistency. Like with the stone, these are reading as being very, very similar. Grounded, earth, anchor, rooting into the body, finding a rhythm, finding a pace that feels good to you. This is a holding period, and I mean that in the right ways. It's about letting yourself recalibrate and acclimate to whatever you have going on, whatever transitions have occurred, whatever has changed, whatever you realized you wanted to pursue, or whatever. This is allowing you to get the hang of it. So that new skill or that new experience is something that you're still working on mastering, and the Hanged Man gives you the opportunity to really download it fully. And then we have the Six of Swords, so you're going to be moving forward. If you feel like you've been dealing with any turbulence here, know that it's smoothing out in this second quarter. But in order to get to, dry land, which is kind of the story with the Six of Swords, it's you're in turbulent waters and you're moving to shore. You're going to reach dry land. You're going to feel that stability. But it all starts with you. If your rhythm, behavior, thoughts, decisions are chaotic and erratic, then that is what you will experience externally, right? Because that's what you're holding in the body, and you're always going to get a reflection of that. So you have to decide for yourself what type of stability do you want to hold, and let that be what steers the ship. So you can get to whatever definition of stability is for you, in terms of maybe a material metric or an internal emotional metric. You decide how you're defining that and how you're holding that in the body. Third quarter, we have the Hierophant. More structure, more order, more boundaries. This is also about your rhythm, right? We have the moon coming up there, the moon cycles. And so I'm getting, the main thing is this is going to be an extension of the Hanged Man. This is anchoring you into stability, and this is maintaining all of that, practicing that holding that you've been doing. It's really going to start to take shape in that third quarter. And then let me see what else is coming up. We have the Sun. I think that Aquarian energy kind of wants to go against the Hierophant naturally. It doesn't want tradition. It doesn't want stability. It doesn't, that the Aquarian archetype is not actually interested in consistency or stability. It wants to shake things up and have things kind of be explosive in certain ways, like groundbreaking, earth-shattering, life-changing. But the problem is that you can't actually have that without stability, because then you're not going to have a baseline. And so the Sun is reminding you that things get to be pleasurable, exciting, and enjoyable without it being turbulent. So that's the main thing that I'm getting is important for you to remember, is that turbulence and excitement are not one and the same. They're actually different energetic patterns that you're going to have to tease apart. So just make sure that you're not confusing structure with lifeless or a lack of excitement. That's a mistake. That's your mental distortion or your personal belief, the story that you're telling yourself. And so it's one of those things that I think you're hammering out a pattern of, like, maybe being gravitated towards or creating chaos for the sake of excitement or fun, which is actually misplaced and misguided, right? Because the key here is stability is where you're lessening. That's where you're actually doing the healing. And the Sun is reminding you that you can have stability, you can feel really supported, you can have the things that you need, you can set boundaries and have structure and have a good time. You have to define that though. You have to set the tone for that. And then the fourth quarter, so wrapping up 2020, we have the Magician. Wow, you have all major arcanas. All of these are majors. So, or at least the core reading, right? Let me clarify this. Two of Pentacles. So, like I mentioned with this Ascension card, is you still have to choose, you still have to decide what Ascension looks like. What is the next level of you? What is the next version of yourself that you would like to uncover and that you'd like to develop? The Magician is helping you to create that. The end of the year, so mid-November into December, leading into 2021, I think your vision for the future is going to be really, really big. I think you're going to be making a lot of decisions around what do you want to keep, what do you want to let go of, what is necessary for you to hold, what is necessary for you to kind of let die away, and being okay with that because you're in creation mode. You can't carry every single thing with you. And so there's going to be a little bit of lightening your load, asking yourself the question of, do I really want this? Am I really carrying this with me? Do I really want this to extend into the future? And so you're finding this sweet spot in creating the desire with having consistency, right? You don't want to erratically create. You don't want to have things going all over the place and have your creations feel like a roller coaster. More than likely, I mean, if that's what you want, you can have that. But I'm getting a lot of people want to be doing this in a consistent way. So that's the blueprint that you're developing throughout the rest of the year. Okay, now we're going to do the August reading, and I'm going to keep this super simple. We're just going to do the central energy, what you have shifting out, and what you have oncoming. Okay, the central energy for August is the Eight of Pentacles, so doing work. I mean, I don't know what you're giving effort specifically, if this is a project of yours, if this is actual your job that you're just giving a lot of energy to. Whatever you're growing, building, and developing, it just has a lot of your attention, your focus, your energy, and that's what's blossoming in August. I think whatever you're giving energy is what's progressing. So you kind of assign your context to this and it'll be clear. What you have shifting out is the Seven of Pentacles. I think you just planted a whole bunch of seeds, right? It's kind of like if you applied for a bunch of jobs and then you got a job, or if you went and looked for a bunch of houses and then you are closing on a house. Whatever the case, you casted the wide net here, and this is having you land it and actually be able to focus and build it. So you can see the 7 and 8 of Pentacles. Let's see what oncoming energy is. We have the 2 of Pentacles. More decisions. I think that this has more to do with, okay, now that this is good to go, now that this is locked in, what's next? What are you putting your creative energy into next? And I think this is, you have to be careful, because there is a line, there's a fine balance between, I have this creative energy and I need to use it, right? So you don't misuse it. You don't want to unconsciously create necessarily, unless you're in a really good spot. So you want to be consciously creating and present and grateful for present time. That way you don't slip out of gratitude and you don't become so future focused or so focused on what lies ahead that you kind of miss out on things in the present moment. So yes, you're continuing to build and create and all of that good stuff, but I'm getting that the Two of Pentacles is just reminding you it's also okay to balance appreciation for where you are. Like that's the main thing that's coming through here. Okay, now let's do a 3-card pick. Okay, if you need more time, pause the video. Card number 1. We have the 6 of Cups. I'm getting like inner child work is coming up here, really paying attention to your core needs, listening to your intuition is coming up here, and your experiences and wisdom are all shining through. So this has more to do with the nostalgia piece is what I'm getting. So reflect on past experiences, past wounds. It's okay for you to have that wisdom. It's not something that you need to shut out, slam in the closet, and never go back to again. It's giving you information. It's supporting you in your development. So let whatever memories or experiences are coming to the surface, I mean, they might be there so that you can reflect and integrate parts that you may have missed. Card number 2, we have Strength, Personal Power, You Can Do It. This is a big fat yes card, and it's about perseverance. It's about seeing the project or the endeavor all the way through. That's what you have going on here. So you need to see it through. Card number 3, we have the Ace of Swords. It's about the mental body. How you think about it is going to matter a lot. A lot. So either reframe and rework the way you're thinking about it and be extra diligent with it. And there's also like creative ideas and inspiration that are flowing through. So you need to pay attention to the ahas. You need to pay attention to the nudge that makes you feel, oh, that's a really good idea. If you get the inspiration, tap into it, keep moving forward with it, get curious with it, write it down in a notebook. That's what this is. So rework the mind, reframe the beliefs, and bust out a notebook and pen. Both of those things apply, or the solutions live there. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. And before you go, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment if anything resonated. Check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. And if you would like more content from me, make sure you sign up for my newsletter. Good things come to you in my newsletter, and you can stay up to date on everything. All of the info that you need is in the description box if you'd like to work with me or check out all of the other offers that I have. Just check below. All of the decks that I've used in the reading today are also listed as well. I'm sending you so much love, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.